Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Manor Lords. You join us in Zweiau, where we've got a bit of work to do. Now I did promise we were going to be doing some more of our industrialization this episode and getting Zweiau into a bit of a stronger position. And we have actually done that. So we've put in a bit of groundwork. So let's just have a look over here. What I've done is, when my game starts behaving itself, there we go. Right, we're going to get rid of this forester's hut. We don't need it anymore because I'm thinking about putting a few more burgage plots and stuff in here. You'll also see our coal pits have now been removed, and over here we're starting a new logging area. We've moved a logging camp along here. We've got a new forester's hut and a woodcutter's lodge here with a plan to reforest this area and start cutting from there. Over here, we've done a little bit of a road that goes along the back of this new burgage plot that we've put in. We've now got a forester's hut here and a logging camp here. And then over here is where our new charcoal pits are going to be, as well as a woodcutter's lodge and another forester's hut. So a lot of targeted production now as we start to streamline the town. So I'm looking to build up the town centre area and have it carry on a little bit further into this zone here. So we're going to start with some burgage plots. And I think I'm going to have a little bit of a road that kind of cuts along here and just links up there. So we've kind of created this little bit of a street. And we're then going to stick in a little bit of a odd-shaped burgage plot right here next to this little house here. If we can put it on the side there, we should be able to get a backyard expansion in there. Oh, no, not quite. What if we just go here and then there? Does it reach? Not quite. Whoa. We can make it work. We can make it work, I promise. Right, let's see if we can just go here. And then I want it to come up to here. And there we go. It is the tiniest backyard expansion, but we actually managed to fit a burgage plot in. That'll have a chicken coop or something, and I think that'll be a good spot there. Once this supply has been removed, the 2 units of wood that are there, we might just squeeze another one in behind this large granary. You can see nobody has any assigned roles at this moment in time, and that's very deliberate choice on my part. So then we are going to put in a little bit of a curved road coming through here, in the hope we can squeeze in another little street going along here. And I don't think this is going to be enough. We can't get backyards in there yet. It's way too small, which is a bit of a shame because I don't know if we're going to be able to do it on this side as well. Let's just have a look at what we are going to require to make some burgage plots. It might well be that we just do a couple of houses that come along to here. That kind of works. Right, okay, let's see if we can just make them a little bit smaller. That's too small. What about to here? There we go. So we get in some burgage plots there. And then I'm going to put another couple coming along here. But I do want to make them bigger, don't I? So let's get rid of these. Rookie mistake there. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And the same here. Right, chickens again then. Going up to here. There we go. Make them smaller. And there we go. Nice. Right, they're done. And then up to here. Coming along to here. And again. Drop them down in size. There we go. And then in the middle here we can maybe. Let's see. We go there and then drop that down in size. And then drop it again. There we go. And this one might be a tough ask. I don't know if that's going to work. No, it doesn't. But what we'll actually do is we'll put some houses in there anyway, because they're going to be able to do jobs in and around the town whether they have stuff or not. And here we've got some more supplies, so we can put in another burgage plot there. Right, so the next step is to go to each individual house here and get them assigned. It's going to take me some time, but we now go to the people that are here. We can then start assigning them. The forager's hut. And again, forager's hut. Right, we've got 2 families assigned there. We're going to put another one in there. And another one in there. Excellent. Then, they are now assigned. We come over to here. And again, assigning people to the farmhouse this time. Going back. And again, farmhouse, and again, the farmhouse. So that gets a little bit more people working in the farm. And then, of course, across the road here, we've got 4 families, and they will all go into the farmhouse. Now you can see the actual ability to have these guys fed and stuff has dropped quite dramatically due to the fact that my marketplace is now empty. But that's fine. That will solve very soon. So this burgage plot and the remaining ones on that side are now all working in the farmhouse. Coming over to the malt house then, we've got a level 3 burgage plot here with 4 families. So we are going to assign 2 of the families living in here to the malt house. And then in the tavern, we're going to assign the remaining 2. Now I know the tavern can have 3 people assigned to it, but we're just going to keep it at 2. Then we've got the brewery next door. We then have these level 3 burgage plots that have 4 people in them each. We are going to assign a fair few of them to the large granary here. And they will start creating the markets for us. Now, they only have chickens in the backyard, so that is fine. Doesn't matter about that. Then we've got a large storehouse there, so we are going to run out a little bit of people because these families just cover the completion of the large granary there. And then over here, we'll move into the large storehouse. And this is essentially what we are going to have to do for the entire settlement. Now, we've got a small stable there. We've also got this level 3 burgage plot. So we are once again assigning to the large storehouse. 2 more in there, and that finishes the assignment from that level 3 burgage plot. And we are just going to go through the entire settlement assigning people to these roles. We've got a stable there that we can make use of. Once that burgage plot is finished, we are going to assign the families that live there to the stable, and of course they'll be producing eggs in their chicken coops. Then we'll move over to this level 3 burgage plot, and they are going to work in the trading post. So the entire family will work within that trading post. And this is simply to really streamline the entire settlement and have everybody working where they should be. It means that they're going to be traveling less to get to work, and they're going to have a much better time when they are at work. So we've got a load of burgage plots here that are level 3, and they are kind of hoping that they're going to be focused within the city centre. So over here, we are going to assign to the small stable these ones. And in fact, actually, rather than assigning that family that moves into there, we are going to reassign all of this family that live here to guide oxen in the settlement. So I now know that this house here, whatever it is, it would be nice if we could rename them, so we could give them actually like familial names. We could call them like Carter or something. That would be pretty good. Right, anyway, moving back over here, we now have these burgage plots here that are going to focus on the remaining granaries and stuff that are in the town. So they are then going to make up the bulk of our market trader workforce. So we've got granary workers going in there, more granary workers, and we finish off with the final family going in there. And then this middle family will be a little bit of a go-between. So they'll be working in the granary and then moving over to the storehouse, which is here. And that completes that one, and then we fill out that entire storehouse with the remaining family. Excellent. One more to go. And there we have it. And the reason I'm doing this is because all I want these guys to do is focus on their farming. So they're not going to have many jobs throughout the rest of the year. These guys are going to have a little bit of a longer route to work because I want them to go and work down here in our new foraging huts and saw pits and stuff. So these families will be the bulk of this residual industry on the edge of town. Then over here where we've got a load more burgage plots, they might actually start heading out this way and getting another forestry section started. Now of course these guys are all going to be my blacksmiths and stuff, so this leaves this area a little bit lacking, but the people that end up moving into here will be able to facilitate the growth in that area. I'm actually going to expand these living spaces right now out of lumber, but we can have 2, 4, 6, 8 in there, which should give us quite a bit. So we do need 6 in the charcoal kilns altogether. The woodcutter's lodge needs, I think, 2 or 3. The forester's hut definitely needs 2. So the idea is to kind of reforest a load of areas. Now, coming over to our mine here, we are going to start assigning the families to the mine. And I think the mine actually has a max of 4, so these 2 families that are on either side here will just work in the mine. Now, they have changed the animations on the mines, which is quite exciting, so you can have a look at that very soon. Over in the burgage plots here, we've got the bloomery right here, so next door we are going to have these families go to work in that bloomery. Nice and easy. Then we actually have a large storehouse here, but we only have a couple of families here that can actually work in it, so we're going to just pop them in there. It's not really too much of an issue that we don't fill that one out, because it doesn't actually have a lot in. I think it's just clothing and then a load of building materials, so it's not too much of an issue that they only have that at their disposal. Now up here we have a hunting camp, a tannery and a cobbler's shop, and we are probably going to put some more burgage plots in here, because these guys just want to focus on farming, and obviously when they become blacksmiths and stuff, there's not going to be a lot to happen there. So we are going to quickly put in some new burgage plots. Now we do have to be careful, because we really don't want to push the deer anywhere else, so it might well be that these ones have to just go on the edge here. If we just bring that up, we're going to have to wait for these supplies to be moved though, so we might as well hit play and let things run for a little bit. And it looks like we've got 56. If we just have a quick look, our tavern, we've got plenty of people there. I'm going to stick on a bit of an overstock there so we can anticipate more demand by doing that. And in our advanced, we want to make sure that we at least have a reserve of ale in so that we can stop production. So let's have a reserve of 3, and that'll be really useful. Having a look at the malt house here, we just need to make sure that they are looking good. We've got everybody ready to go there. So let's hit play and get... Oh, we're going to also make sure that our granary does not have... Yeah, they don't have a work area, so that's good. And the storehouse, that's a granary again, but that's fine. Right, okay, so everything is good to go now. We are going to head on over into Goldhof, because I did actually start our town. I did this off camera, so we've got a lot of stuff going on now. People are starting to forage, so we can actually get some food coming in. But my main plan was to really just get this set up so that the people can access what they need. The rest of it does not matter too much right now. I just needed to get that settlement up and running, and it is now on the go. We've got burgage plots coming in, so people now have houses, and people have actually started to move into the lands. So right now we've got nice burgage plots here that have farmland on them. People are moving into them, and they can actually be expanded, so we've got multiple families living there. And Goldhof, once it starts producing a fair bit of food, will be in a much better place. I'm just keeping everything quite small here, because I plan to expand that a little bit later on. Heading over to Eichenhau, you can see the farms and stuff, and everything we put in last episode is looking really good. And I quite like that we've ended up with these little areas, so food is looking really nice. They've got 64 fish, 35 eggs, 102 vegetables, and 17 meat. Right now, the fisherman's hut, there's a lot going on there, and I think they're continually getting pantries that are full. So if we have a look at the granary here, we are going to need to upgrade that soon, but we don't have enough stone. So getting stone to Eichenhau is probably going to be an important thing for us. We do have the trading post up and running, but currently no families working there. So we are going to get that going, and we're going to import some stone, and we'll keep our stock surplus at 5, just so we can get that upgraded. Heading on back to Zweiau then, and we'll speed things up. Now we've got a load of exposed stocks here that are going to need to be sorted very soon, in particular the charcoal that's out there. Once we get that put in, which is happening because of our granaries and stuff, we will be able to move on with things. Now you can see here we're starting to get some construction happening, which is really nice. These burgage plots should be coming underway as well, and then over here all these new little expansions that we've got going on in the town are starting to look like there's bustling activity. And once we are set up in these places, we are going to start assigning again, because we've got a lot to do. Looking at our food issues here, we've only got 4 months worth of fuel, which doesn't bode well going into the winter months. However, that is because these guys haven't yet had a full harvest, so I'm not too worried about it. Looking at our barley, though, our next harvest is only going to bring in 53 barley, which isn't really a lot. And over at our iron ore and iron slab, you can see we're producing rather a lot of that, which is quite good considering very soon we're going to need to upgrade some of our houses. We do need logs and lumber from the saw pit, which we currently don't have because we don't actually have a production line in terms of that right now. But once all of this stuff has been picked up and shifted, we should be able to continue making ground in our new spaces. Over here though, I do want to get these supplies moved because they are blocking and preventing me from building some new burgage plots. This little road that I put in way back at the beginning of the series is a little bit cumbersome, so I'm just going to drag it around and create a little bit of a cul-de-sac sort of thing there, and then we're going to put in our new burgage plots. And these burgage plots, we are going to need 5 families altogether really to work in the tannery. So let's do this. We'll come up to here. And that's actually a pretty good size, but I don't like that it doesn't adhere to the shape that we've got. So we're going to hop around there a little bit and just try and fit in a few more. We don't actually have the logs to be able to do that yet, so that's fine. We'll just hold off. There is stuff being assigned. Our logging camp is now up and running, so we are going to just make sure that they have a decent work area, and I'm going to have them come over to this part of the map, and they're going to grab stuff from there. So then we need to assign people, which is going to be from over here. So we can assign 2 families here to the logging camp. We're going to do the same over here again, assigning a brand new logging camp member there, and then in this house next door we are going to assign them to the royal tax has increased, that's okay, forester's hut. And then again, this one going into the forester's hut. Right, so we now have the forester's hut up and running, which means we can then give them a work area to go in. We're going to increase the size of that work area and have them reforest this entire space right here. Just decrease it a little bit so that we can try and get as much of that space covered as possible. There we go. And then we've got a woodcutter's lodge over here. Now, we are going to assign someone to that. It's probably going to be the burgage plot next door, so that's another one going in. They will come to this area, and again, this one going over here, and they will chop firewood in a different area, probably over here, because we don't actually need a lot of that. Great, so we now have a logging camp, a forester's hut. Obviously the saw pit will need to be sorted out as well, so let's go. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think these are the next lot. There we go, they are unassigned, so let's put them into the saw pit. And they will start producing planks for us, which is, of course, what we're going to need to continue our upgrades. Oh, it wasn't the forester's hut. Silly boy. There we go. And there we go. Right, I think, as well, these guys don't actually have... Yeah, so let's get some pigs in. There we go. Don't know why that one hadn't been done, but we now have it. Great. Good. So, again... lots of activity going on here, and I think what we probably could do with is a brand new hitching post on this area so that we can have a little bit more movement. And we will again find another house. They're the carpenters, so these guys are going to be the ones that go and work at that hitching post when I finally have it set up. I'm going to give one of them a job at the logging camp, and then the other one, for now, just until we upgrade that hitching post, is going to go work at the hitching post. We'll order an oxen for it. There we go. Excellent. Right. So, that's good. We've got woodcutter's lodge going. We've got wood coming in again, which means our timber supplies will get sorted out, and we can probably now build our new burgage plots in this space. So again, we're going to come up to here. We've got some timber there. I'm actually going to wait until that's sorted because there's still so much going on here. You can see, got forester's huts, woodcutters lodge, charcoal kilns and stuff. We can, though, upgrade these ones. Got an enemy unit on the map somewhere. Where are they? Definitely raiders somewhere. Ah, there they are. Right, okay, so let's have a look. What mercenaries can we hire? Because I have plenty of money to do that. So we will take... the ravenous vultures have always been helpful to us, so we'll hire them. And we will also hire the huntsman. Great. Okay, good. We're going to hit play. See where they come in, because some of them come in at Eichenhau. Where are we? Aha, there's the ravenous vultures. So we'll have them. I'm going to try and cut them off. They're coming up at that side, which means they're probably going to go for Goldhof. And there are huntsmen heading over to Goldhof as well. So if we can just drag those bandits away, Hopefully they'll see the vultures coming in and start making a beeline for them. And my other option, again, would be to... In fact, we're going to do that. We're going to have my retinue assemble in Goldhof, and they are then going to try and drag them a little bit further away. Because if they can drag them over towards the ravenous vultures, it'd be a lot easier. Here's my retinue. Hopefully they're going to get there quick enough, otherwise we're going to be in a bit of trouble here in Goldhof. It looks like they're starting to turn. Ah, they're looting us. They have us. Oh dear. That is not good. We're in a bit of trouble there. See if I can drag them away. They seem to have spotted my retinue now, which is good. If we start heading over in this direction. Yes, they're coming for us now, which is good. Ravenous vultures are there, so they can come down, and the huntsmen are going to go there. Our retinue is going to be easily to get away there now, so that's good. Yeah, they're all chasing now. And we have some rubble here, which we can rebuild. I think that might have been it. We got any rubble anywhere else? No, woodcutter's lodge, granary. Yeah, it was literally just that house that they destroyed. So we actually managed to get there all right. Oh no, tell a lie. They took out the hunting camp. The logging camp is fine. The storehouse is fine. Hitching post is okay as well. Yes, it was just 2 buildings. Our retinue is continuing to get away now, which is great. And we've just got to make sure our ravenous vultures get where they need to be before the enemy catches us up, which should be fine. Now, I don't want to sacrifice my retinue yet, so we're going to try and keep things nice and even. We're going to have these guys form a little bit of a guard there. Here we go. And then, of course, the ravenous vultures are right on their tails there. Crossbowmen have done a really good job there. And then we'll have the ravenous vultures just form a guard. They're going to get there in time. The crossbowmen are probably going to make light work of them. Yeah, they are doing a really good job there. Excellent. Let's have a look. Bit of a drought condition as well, but there we go. Crossbowmen doing a great job. And the ravenous vultures should be digging right into them. Here come the loads from the crossbows. Smashing. Obliterating them. That's fantastic. They're not going to last long at all, are they? There we go. Routed. Fantastic. And again, over here, where the ravenous vultures are continuing their good work. It shouldn't take us long at all. Excellent. Right, we are going to win that one. The episode is actually dragging on a little bit longer than I was expecting, but there we go. We now have completed and successfully defended ourselves there, so we're going to have these guys disband. We don't need them, but they were worth their money. Thank you very much, fellas. We're going to get these guys back. We've got a bit of a drought here. You can see the pond is really drying up, but our retinue are going to come home. Okay. Back over here then. Everything has kind of been built now, and we can finally start putting some upgrades in, which is great. Look at the food now though. Veggies, berries, we're looking really nice. And then over here we are starting to get in plenty of timber and planks. I'm going to set a limit on my saw pit though, so that we want to keep 10 timber. Once we get to 200 planks, we're going to stop producing stuff. The trees are going to get replanted and stuff, which is great. And we can actually start upgrading these burgage plots ready for their next expansions. Looking over here then, these things have been upgraded now, which is good. And we can actually start assigning these guys to work in these areas here. So I'm going to just have this crossroads come up and just merge a little bit with the charcoal pits. Maybe we'll have it just run from this street here and kind of come. Can we squeeze it through there? No, we can't, but we'll have it maybe curve up a little bit then. So let's curve and curve and curve, 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 curve. Curve to there, and then we're going to have it come down here as well. Don't know why. Oh no, I don't like that road at all. I prefer it a little bit more with a curve on it. So we're going to come down here. Yeah, that works. Cool. Right. Then we can now assign the people who live here to the charcoal kiln, and then over here again to the opposite charcoal kiln. And this lot are going to go and work in the woodcutter's lodge, and this last family here will work in the forester's hut, and I will put the second one in the forester's hut as well. Fabulous. Right, so now we can actually reforest the area in the nearby vicinity to create a nice little woodland area that we will continue to mine and harvest for wood that will then turn into charcoal to really supply the settlement with a lot of fuel. Over here then, now we've got houses that run all the way along the back here that we are continuing to upgrade. Now these are all single dwellings because they are going to be the bulk of my industry. They are going to be converted into blacksmith workshops and things like that, and I think this space is now clear so we can build some burgage here as well. So that's going to come in. We're going to go all the way up to the top there. Where is it? Where does that road end? There. It's going to come across here. We are going to reduce them in size. Confirm that. They're going to have chicken coops or something in, but they're also mainly going to work in the tannery, the hunting camp. We've got the cobbler's shop there set up already, and I think we should... No, we haven't got the saw pit finished yet, so they are still going to be working away on that. We've got a lack of goods to supply the forager's hut, but that's fine as well. And over here, where our fields are fallowed and barley and stuff like that, we can continue looking at how that's going to expand. Right, okay, things are looking really nice. We've done a lot of development here, and you can see now the forests are starting to be replenished. That will take some time. These burgage plots have now been occupied as well, so we can start putting people to work there. And I might actually do a little bit of adjusting. I do want to keep all of these here, but we could put in a few more burgage plots along here to boost that space up as well. Now these guys are just going to work, remember, so we're going to expand them, and then here we are going to put in chicken coops, but we do need some more timber for that as well. Looking down here towards the logging camp, the woodcutter's lodge, where we could still do with some more people. And if we now buy a expansion for that as well, that would be useful, but we can't actually do that right now. We've got some storage that's full. These things have now been upgraded to level 2, so again, it's about moving our supplies around, which is what's taking a little bit of time. But the markets are working pretty well, and people seem to be working pretty hard. Looking at the food though, we're a little bit short. It's not yet harvest time though, so harvest time will come in autumn. But I'm not seeing much in the way of vegetables growing here. Oh, that's because I was zoomed out, but you can see there's quite a large amount. It's impressive, actually. To the point where I don't think they're going to be able to fulfill the demand. Now, these burgage plots, of course, with the orchards on, are going to take a bit longer to grow to a full tree, but we should still get a few apples this harvest. Now, these burgage plots, I don't know if they produce eggs anymore, simply because they are now at level 3. But we'll have to see how that goes, because our egg supply is pretty short. Heading back on over to Eichenhau then, where we are still in the middle of a drought, because this pond has been completely depleted, but we are still managing to be successful with getting enough resources, and the vegetables and stuff that we are now getting from these very large burgage plots are really very useful. Having a look at what we are going to need, these guys do need barley. Now, they have harvested quite a bit. They've also got flax. And looking at the charcoal pits here as well, they seem to be getting plenty of charcoal too. So the next kind of phase of development is going to focus a bit more on Eichenhau and what we can do to make this into a larger town, as well as setting up some sort of trade route between Eichenhau and Zweiau. Now, what I want to do is, I think we should be able to... Oh, we can't actually, because there's no river down here. So we could probably do with setting up some sort of trade route down here. That is going to allow us to move stuff from the pack station. So we can receive and send goods between this region and another region. and we will need to employ some mules. So we're going to do that now. We're going to put our pack station here, and then we're going to put a new pack station over in Zweiau, probably right in the town centre if I can. But there's space there, so we'll put that pack station in. Once they are built, we will bring in a mule and get some people working in it, and they should then be able to trade goods between my settlements. We do have the stone that we need to upgrade the granary there, so we're going to do that. Perfect. And then here with this small stable, we're fine with that. Actually, we don't need to upgrade that. Then my trading post, I'm going to no trade on the stone. We'll leave that as is. We've managed to get some, so that's all that matters. Once this pack station is built, we will bring in a mule to work there, and we're going to do the same over here in Zweiau, which shouldn't take too long. Now, the burgage plots over here are still under construction, and in this space here, they are still under construction too. It seems to be taking quite some time to get them done, but we will continue our upgrade binge as much as we possibly can. But we're looking pretty strong. I mean, the one thing that is worrying is we don't seem to be growing the trees back as quickly as I would have liked, but that's fine right now. The foresters' huts are working pretty much round the clock. Now, we should have some more people who are moving in here now. We've got a firewood cutter there, so we're going to put another one in the woodcutter's lodge, and then over here we should have some more people who are ready to work in the coal burners, which is great. So we put them into those ones. Up here, if we can actually upgrade these burgage plots, that would be really useful, because that's going to allow us, if we have a look, actually, we should have ale now. Just things are being produced and immediately taken, which is not great, but have a look at the tavern. Where is it? Now, the tavern doesn't actually have anything in storage. What about then? Has my granary reset? Yes, they are now storing ale in the granary, which I really don't want them to do. So we're going to get rid of that. We're not letting our granary store ale because it is instantly being wiped out. It's being sent to a granary, and the people that I need to get the ale aren't actually able to get it, which is quite annoying. Anyway, we are just about done for today's episode, but things are starting to look really nice. When we come back next time, I think we'll have hopefully gotten all of these upgrades done, and we'll be looking to add in some extensions. So if we have a look over here, we've got the blacksmith workshop there. We do need tools to do this, though. It's very interesting because I don't actually have any tools at all. We're going to need to import some tools to make tools to then be able to do all of the other stuff. So let's go to our trading post and we will import some tools. And that is how we're going to finish today's episode, I think. That's a decent way to end it. We want to have, like, let's just say we want 6 tools. They'll be imported. We do need to establish a trade route, which we will do, no problem. And there we have it. Right. So, we'll probably, next time we come back, I think we'll be around about, like, the new year. So we'll be into year 13 next year. Oh, yep, forgot to disband that. We should be ready to start getting our own army up and running, and then yeah, happy days. And I'm quite excited for the future. Obviously there's been an update to Manor Lords, so I'm kind of looking to wrap season 3 up in a short space of time, really, so we can have a look at some of these new maps. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this season so far, and we're looking pretty good. A lot of our settlements are starting to be a bit more efficient, and I'm really happy with how it's all going. So thank you all for watching. I will leave you with this nice view of our apple orchards starting to grow here in Zweiau. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.